Alright, start na tayo kagad mga kayon dahil mababa itong pag-uusapan natin ha. Kung binasa mo po sana ninyo ang aking credential at hindi inalipusta, hindi po sana kayo nabigla o nagulat. Nauuna po kasi ang pang-aapi at pagtataas ng kilay bago ang magsaliksik. Actually, marami kasing bash dito kay Robin Padilla. Kahit anong i-post mo, good thing about Robin Padilla or bad thing yung past niya, talagang, social media eh. Aware naman tayo dyan na marami talagang ganyan na talagang pupunahin kahit anong gawin mong mabuti pag nasa Pilipinas ka ha. Kahit anong gawin mong mabuti, masama pa rin ang tingin sa'yo at masama pa rin yung gusto nilang tignan para sa'yo, Senator Robin Padilla. Pero in fairness ha, wala talagang, siguro sila, sasabihin nila, artista ka kasi, o graduate ka kasi sa prison, nakulong ka kasi, di ba? Well, ganoon naman talaga eh. And we have to deal with that. Pero syempre, minsan sobra na din na kailangan mo rin, nagiging normalize kasi hindi kasi pwede na artista ka, tumakbo ka, tapos lalayitin ka nila kasi, artista yan, wala namang alam yan eh. Nino-normalize yung ganun eh. Huwag natin normalize yung ganun kasi pag mali, mali eh. Di ba? Kasalanan ba niya naging artista siya? Di ba? Hindi naman lahat ng artista corrupt na kaagad pagka tumakbo ng politics. Hindi lahat ganun ha. Well, in fact, ito pa nga si Robin, baka ito pa talaga yung totoong may prinsipyo kumpara doon sa mga sa mga kongresista, mga senador na talagang ang nangurap na talagang may issue pagdating sa flood control. O wag niyo sabihin hindi. O isipin niyo na lang ha. O bakit sa mga senator, alam natin na merong mga nakulong. Bakit sa mga congressmen, congresswomen, wala pa nakukulong kahit isa. Ano yun? Diba? Puta, sobra namang yun. Ano yun? Samantalang ang issue nasa kanila. Sila ang issue. Tapos sa mga senator may nakulong. Tapos sa kongresista, wala. Diba? Kung talagang patas ang tingin nyo, doon pa lang sa confidential funds ni VP Inday Sara, at sana lahat sinilip nyo. Doon sa donasyon kay Senator Rodante Marcoleta, bakit siya lang? Siya lang ang tumanggap? Katarantaduhan yan. Diba? Kung talagang fair and just, di sana lahat ng opisina, lahat ng tumanggap. Diba? O eto, galing kay Greco Bellica. Grabe, sa mga senador na takot makulong dahil sa paninindigan, mahiya naman kayo kay Mike Defensor at sa taong bayan. The bravest man wasn't in uniform. Diba? Totoo, nakulong, proud. Napanood ko yung video nito kasi parang nilipat sila ng kulungan. Napanood ko yung video, sinabi niya, Saldi Romualdez hindi pa rin nakukulong, nakalaya pa din. Can you just imagine that? Puta grabe. Wala na talaga eh. Pasensya na pero sana patawarin niyo ako kung sasabihin ko sa inyo wala na talagang kwenta at wala nang pag-asa. Sana mali rin ako. Diba? Hindi ko kayo dinidiscourage. Hindi ko kayo kinukonvince na maniwala kayo sa akin. Yun ang opinion ko. And I'm so entitled for my own opinion. Wala na eh. Yun ang nakikita ko eh. Sana nga mali ako eh. Di ba? Sana mali ako. Di ba? Pero ang hirap kasi parang, alam niyo yun, Senator Rodante Marcoleta, porke tumanggap ng donasyon, yun, nakulong. Tapos sasabihin nyo, kurakot. Remember ang tinanggap niyang pera, donasyon. Hindi yun kurakot, ha? Kaya wag niyo sasabihin na kurakot si Senator Rodante Marcoleta dahil yung tinanggap niya, donasyon. At pagka binigyan ka, kahit sino sa atin dito, pag may nag-donate sa inyo ng pera, puta, wag niyo sasabihin hindi niyo tatanggapin. Di ba? Siyempre, tatanggapin niyo, binigay na nga eh. Di ba? Pag binigay, binigay na. Di ba? Pag binigay, binigay na yan. At siyempre tatanggapin mo na yan, binigay na nga sa'yo. Huwag kang mag-iinarte ka pa. Kahit sino sa atin dito. Di ba? Pagka binigay, binigay na yan. Alright? Umpisahan na natin. Medyo marami-rami ito. Mahaba-haba itong pag-uusapan natin. Bakit ka mo? Etong si Jerville na naman. Pagka si Atty. Sheila Season talaga, nagsalita, talagang wala eh. Talagang sigurado may mapapahiya eh. At talagang meron na namang meron na namang masasara ang bibig at mapapahiya. Wait lang Okay, game.
First of all, we would like to acknowledge the positive response of the Honorable Impeachment Court to our previous manifestation. Accordingly, we would like to reiterate that the prosecution will no longer be presenting
Kanina lang to ha, kanina lang to.
Attorney Zuleika Lopez as well as Captain Belinda Bello. Reiterating, however, the same concern on redundancy, surplusage, and lack of necessity, the prosecution further manifests that we will not be presenting as well the following witnesses for Article 4, that is threat. Number 1, Your Honor, is the Philippine National Police Firearms and Explosives Office representative. The witness intended to testify that the respondent owns firearms, including the high-powered ones, which demonstrate the capacity and capability to execute the threat. On the other hand, Your Honor, it has been shown already that the government took seriously the threat. As a matter of fact, it prompted the full-scale investigation, including the recommendation to file a criminal complaint. Number 2, Your Honor, is Mikel Flores and Bons Magsambol. They belong to the press who were present during the November 23 video conference. They will be testifying that they were among the reporters or media persons who were present during the video conferencing, and to the fact that they heard the respondent utter the threat against the President, the First Lady, and the former Speaker. On the other hand, Your Honor, the testimony of Agent Calilong already established that the video is authentic, plus, considering, Your Honor, the defense's subsequent admission that the same are authentic videos, Your Honor. Number 3, Your Honor, is Sheriff Abe Andres.
Ayan.
The witness intended to testify on the 2011 incident pertaining to the violence allegedly committed by the respondent on the sheriff. On the
Tagal
other
na yan,
hand, Your
ah.
Honor, during the past proceedings, it has been acknowledged by both parties. Particularly, it was acknowledged already that the occurrence of this incident of 2011, so we deem it unnecessary as well to present this particular witness. Number 4, Your Honor, is the family member of a victim of threats. The witness intended to testify on the effect, the gravity, and the seriousness of the threat allegedly committed by the respondent. On the other hand, Your Honor, Attorney Lotto already testified that threat is a private crime and its prosecution does not depend on the complaint, participation, and
Tangina, may dumidigay pa. Mag-off ka kayo ng camera.
even the subjective feeling of the victim, including his families. Finally, Your Honor, the psychiatrist. The witness intended to testify on the respondent's state of mind, the nature of the violence in the statement made, as well as the capacity and capability to actually execute the threat.
Ay.
On the other hand, Your Honor, both parties have sufficiently established already the circumstances surrounding the statements made by the respondent in the authenticated video. The same is true with respect to the respondent's own subsequent confirmation of those statements, as well as the testimonies already presented. Your Honor, considering that these 5 witnesses are included in our pre-trial order, Your Honor, we respectfully withdraw their names among the prosecution's witnesses for Article 4 threat. This withdrawal, Your Honor, renders Attorney Melvin Matibag, the NBI Director, as our last witness for threat, who will be testifying this coming Monday.
Oh, Monday yan si Melvin.
Tuesday, Your Honor.
Tuesday pala.
Likewise, Your Honor, the prosecution acknowledges the 5-day notice rule. However, considering that the decision to forgo the testimony of Attorney Zuleika Lopez as well as that of Captain Belinda Bello, came only after the conclusion of the testimony of Attorney Lotok. Plus, considering, Your Honor, the earlier manifestation, which will render Attorney Matibag the last witness for threat, we would like to beg the kind indulgence of the Honorable Impeachment Court to note our next witnesses. This will be in support of Article 1, Confidential Fund. And if we will be presenting Attorney Melvin Matibag on Tuesday, then this means that the first witness for Confidential Fund will be presented on July 22, that is Wednesday.
Yes.
Nevertheless, Your Honor, we are requesting that we be allowed to request for the issuance of subpoena for our first 3 witnesses for Confidential Fund. That includes Marivic Pareja of the Legislative Archives Museum Management Service of the House of Representatives, and also, Your Honor, 2 Land Bank employees, including Violeta Constantino, former branch manager of Land Bank Show Boulevard Branch, and Ninita Camposano, former branch manager, Land Bank, DepEd Branch.
To clarify, Honorable Wistro, this is for the issuance of subpoena ad testificandum only?
Hindi
Your
alam.
Honor, the request is for the issuance of both subpoena ad testificandum and subpoena duces tecum.
Kindly submit in writing the motion in order to be able to specify the documents you want to be the subject matter of the subpoena duces tecum. We will await it within the afternoon, even after adjournment, so that we can sign the subpoena by today or tomorrow at the latest.
May I inform the Honorable Impeachment Court that the list or the request for subpoena ad testificandum and duces tecum, the written ones, have been submitted already to the Honorable Impeachment Court, Your Honor.
I stand corrected. Yes, I have it with me now.
Your Honor, may I just enter some correction with respect to the testimony of Attorney Lotok to the act of threat or grave threat. The same is a public crime which does not need a private complainant, and its prosecution does not depend on the complaint participation.
Counsel, before going there, let the presiding officer act on these requests for issuance of subpoena first. The presiding officer,
Yan yung hindi kaya ni Sherwin, yung mga ganyan. Di ba? Kaya yun, tagalista muna ng noisy.
hereby grants the request for the issuance of subpoena ad testificandum to Ms. Marivic Pareja to appear on July 21 and 22, to Ms. Violeta Constantino and Anita Camposano, also a subpoena ad testificandum to appear on July 21 and 22, and subpoena duces tecum to Ms. Lynette Ortiz, correct? Of the Land Bank of the Philippines to appear on July 21 and 22. The aforestated requests for subpoena are hereby granted. Clerk of Court is directed to prepare the corresponding subpoena ad testificandum duces tecum as the case may be, and for the Sergeant at Arms to be instructed to serve the aforestated subpoenas. As you were saying, Honorable Wistro.
May I just manifest, Your Honor, that with respect to the testimony of Attorney Lotok to threat, the same is a public crime, and therefore its prosecution does not depend on the complaint, participation, and even the subjective feeling of the victim, including that of his family.
What is this about? I think, if I remember correctly, Representative Luistro, the presiding officer stated that also yesterday, that there are only certain private crimes that require the complaint of the victim. And these mostly are private and sexual crimes, such as concubinage, adultery, seduction, abduction, rape, and acts of lasciviousness.
We
These are the
understand,
only
Your Honor.
private crimes that require the signature or complaint. of the private complainant.
We understand that, Your Honor, and we in fact submit to the position of the Honorable Impeachment Court, except that this representation misstated the supposed public crime into a private crime, Your Honor.
Ma'am.
Good afternoon, Your Honors.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I
Yan.
just have a few, before I express some statement with respect to the discourse that
Pahiya
was
si
heard
Jervil
from
dyan.
the
Ang galing talaga
prosecutor.
na ito ni
May I
Siso.
just clarify because I don't know if I'm mistaken, but she did mention that they are now withdrawing 5 witnesses under Article 4, namely the Philippine National Police Firearms and Explosives Office Representative, Mr. Flores, Mr. Magsambol, the sheriff, and the psychiatrist.
And one
And-
more, the relative of the family of a
Okay.
victim. That would make it 6.
Then that's clarified, Your Honor, because I also heard the lead prosecutor say that Attorney Melvin Matibag will be their final witness for Article 4, and I had neglected to consider the family member listed as one of the reserve witnesses. Thank you for the clarification, Your Honor. But on another matter, this is not an objection, just a statement or a manifestation with the kind indulgence of this honorable
Counsel
court
may proceed.
and senators, judges. Yesterday, at the conclusion of the hearing, we've heard a manifestation from the good lady, Attorney Kapunan, with some suggestion on how to speedily proceed with the rest of the presentation of the prosecution for Article 4. And I think towards the end of her speech, which was quite lengthy, was really just essentially informing this court about the fact that they will no longer present Attorney Lopez, whom they had requested subpoena for, as well as Ms. Belinda Bello. But my point is, I'm not objecting to the good counsel's manifestation or even the manner by which she delivered it yesterday or the lead prosecutor's manifestations today. Only that my concern is those manifestations are almost always accompanied with lengthy discourse containing conclusions of law and facts that in reality only this impeachment court can really determine. Now, why is this a concern for the defense? Because this affects the fairness and balance
Yes.
of this impeachment court and the way it would perceive whatever manifestations or expressions of sentiments or discourses that counsel for both parties will deliver before this court and before the public. Naririnig po tayo ng taong bayan at anuman ang sabihin ng ating mga kagalang-galang na mga miyembro, no, officers of or members of the bar who also are officers of the court, and we all know that we are before the impeachment court and therefore we should try evidence and not advocate for the conclusions or the positions that we may have already made even before we went to this trial. And so I'm just expressing a concern on behalf of the defense and just for the guidance of both parties. If the only message that and this goes for both parties, if the only intent really is just to withdraw witnesses, then perhaps it would better serve the purpose of aiding the speedy disposition of this case if that fact alone will, be the only thing that will be mentioned without factual assertions or conclusions of facts or even interpretations of the law. I think that would be more fair for everyone and for the guidance of the public and this court. That's all, Your Honor. Thank you for your
Galing talaga.
May I comment, Your Honor?
No need.
No need.
Counsel, let the chair
No need.
react to the statements made by lead counsel for the respondent. The presiding officer took it as the statements as akin to a tender offer of excluded evidence, very similar to that. Although we are not yet at that stage, although evidence has not yet been excluded, the presiding officer took it as that. Therefore, what is your pleasure? I will give it to the counsel for respondent. Should you decide not to call witnesses in your witness list, do you want the same privilege of being able to make a tender, meaning an explanation of why you won't be calling these witnesses? If not, given the fact that it was given already to the counsel for the, rather to the prosecutors, or we will simply remind both parties to cease from doing so henceforth.
Uh,
I give you the equal opportunity, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What is your pleasure?
Let me just clarify, Your Honor. With respect to the presiding officer's statement on it, the chair taking the prosecution's manifestations a tender excluded evidence, we respectfully disagree, because if this is a tender excluded evidence, as the presiding officer had said, there was, number one, there's no excluded evidence, because number two, they never offered it in the first place, and number three, they didn't, in fact, withdrew the presentation of these 5, 6, or 7 remaining witnesses that they listed in their pre-trial brief. Number two, Your Honor, I'm not actually asking for any special treatment or privilege or even the same amount of time that were given to the lengthy manifestations and discourses by members of the prosecution. All I'm asking is if the parties may be guided and from making conclusions of law that in fact really just advocate the position, because I think we all agree that at no point during this trial that the prosecution and defense will probably say, you know, I agree with you on this point of evidence or on this point of law. I think mahalaga nating maintindihan yun, because the prosecution clearly has taken side, defense taken side, and we are advocating for totally divergent views and opinions. All I'm asking, Your Honor, is that if the intent truly is to aid this court in speedy disposition of this case in a fair and balanced manner, just so also with the considering that we are being watched by the people, no? Yung ating mga mamamayan na sa tingin ko gusto rin nilang matuto mula dito sa paglilitis na ito, sapagkat sila interesado rin sa kung paano ba pinapagana ang batas sa bayang ito at kung paano pinatutupad yung mga karapatan, no, ng mga tao, at kung paano binibigyan ng pantay na halaga yung prosekusyon at depensa. All I'm asking is, if the intent is just to say we're withdrawing, then that's it. Just state the intent, and then without any conclusions, Your Honor, because conclusions really are just for the courts to make and not for either of the parties. Thank you, Your Honor.
So noted, as the court said, it is akin to and not exactly a tender offer. Therefore, the court will now remind both parties to kindly limit.
Grabe utak nito ni Attorney Sheila Sison, no? Grabe brain cells nito. Grabe neurons nito. Kumpara kay kay Jervil. Grabe. Alam nyo, maisingit ko lang hindi ako lawyer hindi ako abogado. In a psychology perspective, kasi sa amin, pag galit na galit ka, that's not normal. That's beyond normal. Hindi naman abnormal ka, ha? That's beyond in a bell curve na tinatawag na normal. It's either masababa ka o nasa in between ka. Basta yung bell, imagine niyo yung bell na ganon. So yun yung parang normal. So ito, hindi below normal, then this is above normal. So sa amin kasi sa psychology, yung behavior. Let's talk about behavior kasi. Hindi ako lawyer, hindi ko alam yan. Pero kung ako tatanungin, yung the moment na sinabi kasi ni BP Inday Sara na pag pinatay ako, kumontak na ako, napatayin si ganito, si ganyan, yung tatlo. Yung that particular moment na kasi yun, galit na galit si BP Inday Sara. Bakit siya galit na galit? Kasi tungkol kay di ba? Kaya Attorney Zulaika Lopez, di ba? Kaya galit na galit siya. In that particular moment, that's not normal. Okay? Hindi ko sinasabi abnormal, that's not normal. In the same logic, in the same manners na pag tayo namatayan tayo, 'di ba? Namatayan tayo. 'Di ba? Syempre iyak ka ng iyak, 'di ba? Naglulupasay ka. 'Yon. That's beyond normal din. Okay? Kasi hindi mo naman siya normal na behavior eh. Hindi siya norm na behavior na ginagawa mo sa pang-araw-araw. That's beyond normal. In the same manner, doon sa galit na galit, kung ako titignan kung ako titingin, kung ako, syempre, hindi mo kasi pwedeng, let's talk about the, the, the law side. Siya, tingnan mo din yung moment na yon, kung bakit nasabi ng tao yon, di ba? Bakit ba niya sabi? Galit na galit si BP Inday Sara no kasi, di ba, ano sinasabi niya, dibaling siya na lang. Di ba? Ako, I remember, yung tanda-tanda ko kasi nasubaybayan ko yun eh. Yung meeting na yon, yung video nila sa Zoom, ba yun? Basta yung naka-live, di ba? Yung nagmumura si Inday Sara, si BP. Yung that particular moment na yun, galit na galit eh. And that should fall, and I believe, and I strongly believe that fall into a beyond normal category. Okay? Para in the same manner na nag-grieve ka dahil namatayan ka, naglulupasay ka, and it's understandable. Kasi, ano yun, namatayan ka. Kumbaga yung moment na yun, hindi normal. So, sana matignan din doon sa ganong aspeto. Di ba? Na kung ano yung reason, ano yung dahilan, bakit nabanggit. Saka, ang point kasi, pag pinatay ako, hindi ka naman pinatay. Di ba? Hindi naman siya pinatay. O sino ba yung papatay sa kanya? Di ba? Sino ba yung sa kanya? Ako, ako na ito sa YouTube eh. Yung word na yan eh. Sino ba yung magtutumba sa kanya? Di ba? Saka isipin nyo kung bakit niya nasabi yun. Di ba? Nag-result sa ganon. Kung bakit niya nabanggit. That's beyond normal. Kung normal sa tao yon, kung normal sa kanya yon, di sana araw-araw sinasabi niya yon. Tutumba kita. Tapos kinabukasan, ganon pa rin sinasabi niya. Ayun, normal. Pero yung para masabi mo yon, di ba? Sana tignan din nila sa ganung aspeto na kung bakit, yung reason. Di ba? Kasi ang natin dito yung cause yung roots. Kung bakit nasabi ng tao yon, kung bakit ganon, grave threats na ba yon, di ba? May ano yan eh. Kumbaga may condition niya, yun nga, yung sinasabi nila, yung pinagtatanong na nila doon, yung condition. Anyway, kanina kasi, merong oral arguments si Michael Powa, si Attorney Michael Powa, saka si Chel Jokno. At kapansin-pansin at napansin din to ng mga reporter na halos o wala talagang hawak ni index card o coupon ban ito si Attorney Michael Powa while si Chel Jokno nagbabasa. Kaya bumilib, napaka-humble talaga ni Attorney Powa kasi sinabi niya preference niya yung hindi nagbabasa. Ayaw daw niya kasi distracted daw siya pagka nagbabasa. Sa kanya yon. O kasi napaka-humble Pero kami, hindi kami humble. Talagang magaling ka rin. Iba rin talaga ang brain cells mo. It's very understandable kung sa'yo sasabihin mo, syempre, preference mo yun. Wala problema doon. Ikaw yun Napaka-humble mo, bilib ako sa'yo. Pero sa amin, hindi. Pasensya ka na, magkaiba tayo Magkaiba tayo. Talagang magaling ka lang. Kayong dalawa ni Atty. Kaya nga kayo yung lead counsel Di ba? Si Attorney Michael Powa, lead counsel din yun, and at the same time, spokes siya. Okay? While yung iba, lawyer. Tapos, kaya si Attorney Michael Powa yung nagsasalita. Kasi spokes din siya. Pero pareho sila ni Attorney Sheila Season na lead counsel. Tingnan nyo, napansin din ng mga media.
Pero binabasa dun sa oral arguments.
Opo.
Nag-inform ka. Ano ba yun? Kabisado mo ba sa...
I think it's personal preference. Nahihirapan po kasi ako pag nagbabasa ako because it's distracting for me. So, talaga naman pong kahit noon ganun po talaga ako. No? Hindi ako nagbabasa. At sa regular courts, hindi rin po talaga ako nagbabasa.
Attorney, what would be your preparation?
But sorry. I just have to kasi baka ma-misconstrue, no? It's really a personal preference. It doesn't mean that it's better na wala kang binabasa. No, I'm not saying I'm good kasi may binabasa. Wala akong binabasa or may binabasa ako. It's just personal preference. Each lawyer has his or her own style. As you can see, some lawyers kahit may binabasa, ang ganda naman ng delivery and very coherent. So, it's really irrelevant kung may binabasa o walang binabasa. It's just a matter of preference for each lawyer. Go ahead.
Di ba? Galing Di ba? Pero let's face it. Siyempre si Attorney Michael Powa yan Talaga siyempre magpapaka-humble talaga yan. O magpapaka-humble. Pero for us na nanonood, hindi natin mayaalis na talagang napaka ibang klase din ng mga brain cells nito ni Attorney Sheila Season sa ni Attorney Michael Poe na talagang doon mo makikita yung experience, di ba? Yung experience nila kung paano sila humarap at kung paano maging silang kalmado. Kung ako yan, puta, baka mamaya nakain ko na yung baso. Yan muna ha. Maraming salamat. Marami tayong live, marami tayong i-react. Issue ng bayan, ating pag-usapan.